Obviously, the market is going up. Obviously, we are on the cusp of a bull run. And obviously, this election year coming up means that a lot of politicians are going to be bought. Money is being printed, crypto projects are going to soar, and your random lawn guy is going to start giving you crypto advice. Yes, 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 these are the signs. The ETF was just approved. We are on the eve of the Bitcoin halving, and J-Pal from the Fed is going to be printing more paper than a broken Xerox copy machine. And I believe the number one thing that's going to get in the way of you and your 1000x returns in crypto is you, namely your brain. More specifically, I think a lot of people overthink. They think about the Fibonacci and the retracements, local high, MACD this. They want to try to figure out some KSI or egg-headed nerdy talk that no one really understands and really isn't effective and predicts absolutely nothing. You don't need any of that, okay? The people who believe in reading charts for crypto are the same people who plan their love lives off the horoscopes. It's the same type of people who believe Santa is real in their teenage years, and they think the tooth fairy comes to visit them every night and pats them on the head, shakes their tooth, sees it, checks if it's loose, and leaves a little nickel under their pillow. So on this channel, I like to look at all projects, altcoins, microcap, miniature, meme coins, it doesn't matter. I like to look at all of them and see if they carry the narrative or they have the potential to carry the narrative. And I like to think through this kind of stuff with you in the comment section below or on the live stream. I don't overthink things. I try to keep things simple. I got a lizard brain, but gorilla arms for hard work and diamond hands for long holding. And this week I want to talk about 3 projects in particular that we found on the live stream. 1 is called Shrapnel, 2 is called Adashi, and 3 is called Alluvium. And I like 2 of them, or I could like 2 of them, and 1 of them I do not like, and it might surprise you. So before we get to the other videos, be sure to like and share, subscribe. My name is Aaron. I'm just a cowboy exploring Wild West and cryptocurrency with a whole bunch of other cowboys like you. I'd like to do that with you. But for this video, we're going to go over Adashe. Okay, so Adashe is this data and DeFi protocol. Basically, if you don't know anything about DeFi or crypto, it's where you put in crypto money into a protocol and you wait a little time and it's staking or yield farming and they give you back money. That's the basic sum of it. Can you lose all your money? Of course. You get passive income in return? Yes, but the risk is very high. I've been in very many staking pools and farming and yield farming and all this nonsense. I've been a part of a lot of this. A lot of it has gone up. And I'm going to share with you how I think through these different types of projects and whether or not this is something for you. This is never financial advice unless you want to take financial advice from a YouTuber with a cowboy hat. Then be all my guest, but don't think that I'm going to make you rich with any of this stuff. I just know how I like to think through this if you're new at this game or want to get in on the bull run. So Adashe, this is what we're talking about. I have no idea what Adashe means. Adashe is when I look at my elbows, and yeah, that's Adashe. So yeah, the website isn't anything all spectacular. I'm not going to be that guy to just read you the website. I'm going to tell you exactly how I look at this stuff. The first thing I look at is, do they at least put time? Is this a scam? Right? Can I see this as a scam? And don't confuse scam with someone who doesn't know what they're doing. Okay, I like to look at the different partners. So you've got Adashe or Finance or whatever that is, or this little candy corn looking thing. I have no idea what that is. But you should probably do your research on this stuff. Travel avatar. I can't even highlight this. What is travel avatar? Pal remit. Like if I just do this, Pal remit, and I look and I Google, okay, oh, it's a payment processor. It looks like a legit payment processor. Okay, so now I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. How are you guys connected to Adashe? You should get some Aloshini. So you want to look at like how the coins, the tokenomics is split up. 53% in reserves, 21% in initial sales, 2% into marketing, partner recruitment 5%, team allocation 7%. I think that's all important. And you want to look at this particular team allocation, 7%, and partner recruitment. So that's 12%. Here's 15% in marketing, just right here, and then 50% in reserves. What are those reserves for? Total supply, what is that? 10 billion, and they are on Ether, Ethereum, and Polygon here, and they've got some audits, which is good. Audits are a good thing. It's not a bulletproof thing. All right, if you know how to read audits, you can do this. I read this on the live stream, but wasn't any too particularly fond of it. I think they had some things that were concerning and some weren't, but you should probably read into that as well. I'm just going to read this first one, but Basically, I watched the video. It was a little generic. We recognize the need for a dedicated system of global transactions. Yeah, see, if you're doing global transactions, I mean, what you're really looking for is Bitcoin on Lightning rails. You're looking on some of these bigger crypto projects that could, like XRP or something like that. Maybe even off of Ethereum. I don't know, but I'm not sure if anyone's going to go to Adashi for the global transactions. This system aims to maximize security at every level, architectural, physical, or software. Our main initiative is a database solution integrated with smart contracts and blockchain, addressing crucial issues such as real-time, reliable data tracking and simulation. So this is basic. It's a DeFi project, and when the gold rush happens, a lot of money, the best teams, all the best money goes to the best teams. So you want to look at, okay, who is on the team here? And a few of these guys, I was looking online actually, and these guys are actually twins. I thought it was like some tomfoolery here, but they're twins. And then you go into this guy, and you want to see he's actually an aerospace engineer, I guess former or current. I'm not too sure how it is, but it's at least a real dude with a real team behind them. Like this guy has over 10 years of experience in blockchain, which is good. That means he launched projects. He's probably been successful in some, not successful in others, but he's taking all those life lessons into something like this, which is interesting, right? He's a co-founder here. So very interesting. Here's Project Adashe's Chief Technology Officer. We've got a team. I mean, how much can you do for research into the team? I've got their LinkedIn here. You've got some advisory board. He's on the same advisory board. And then you're going to want to look at, big news featured on. That's kind of stuff they'll pay for. They'll pay for that marketing on Google or Bing or whatever. But then you want to go into the communities. But before we go into communities, let's go into that white paper. Okay, here's the white paper. And again, let me show you something that I found interesting. So when I was looking up the Adashe Foundation, which is based out of California, they say a couple things that is a little bit interesting. I'm just curious what they mean by this, right? This right here, the Adashe Foundation is a registered in the state of California, is not the issuing entity for the Adashe token. Okay, like what? So they have to put that in legally. So why is that putting there? That's just interesting. All Adashe token holders have a combined of 33% of the vote on items brought forward to be voted on. So basically, it's an advisory vote. It's not supposed to be like a total, what's the word, DeFi, this DAO project. It's not that. And I kind of like that. I'm not sold on DAOs. I'm sold on like one person's vision, like follow it through all the way. If a lot of people start putting their vision together, trying to drive something forward, I don't think that ever happens, right? We think of Amazon, we think of, oh, geez, who's that bald guy's name? He's the biggest guy. I forgot his name just in the middle of this video here. Oh, I'll put his name in the comment section below unless I remember it. But we think of Apple like Steve Jobs or Tesla or SpaceX like Elon Musk. Like it's got one person's like thought through manpower willing something through. And I kind of like that they at least give some kind of voting power. But it's not needed in my opinion. I trust if we're buying into a project, I trust the person involved is the project, right? So this is something interesting. Source and databases. So this is where the tokens are, and they go into ETL. Not entirely sure what that means. I'm not even going to try to listen. Here's where we start using my brain. This is where you start using your big brain and you start getting into trouble. Honestly, I don't know what this means. Okay, I'm just being real with you. Don't know what this means. I could read this, and I could try to break this down for you. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter, let me show you why this doesn't matter. Let me show you the Adashe timeline. This is what matters. This is what's interesting about Adashe, okay, is the timeline. August, they decided to put this all together. The smart contract was done in October, and then the first public sale is, today, at the time of this posting. This is what matters, okay? Our token public sale will happen on our partner site first, subsequently on other launch pads. So it's on Pink Sale. And then right here, the centralized exchange listing, which is CEX exchange listing. That's a redundancy. But February 17th, That always is good for a good little pop. DeFi launch, this is their main thing, what they're building towards, August 8th. That's probably another big catalyst event. TradFi integration, September 8th. I'm not sure what that is. Everything I've read through the white paper, there wasn't a lot of information on it, more information on the DeFi components. But yeah, there wasn't a lot of information, I don't think, on the TradFi. But essentially, you put in your money into two places: the DeFi protocol or the yield farming. You create a little liquidity pool. If you don't know what that is, I think I have a video that I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to explain what liquidity pools are. Just research that. Just quick Google search on my name. We'll find that for you. And so they're basically going to try to create a DeFi system that brings you staking power. Okay, let's look at the launchpad. The launchpad or the pre-sale is going right now. It's half full, so it's a time to buy, at least right here. If you're interested in this, I wouldn't buy in with a max 20 ETH. That's wild. Unless you got it like that. Well, shoot, if you got it like that, why are you watching me? I don't got it like that. So the initial market cap is very, very low. So if you like this degen stuff and you want to put in a couple $100 into this, be my guest. Who knows where it could go? But this is also another thing to look at. So this is the Telegram, and you can see that it's got 10,000, almost 10,000 subscribers to the Telegram, 28 links, and it looks pretty active. It looks like it just looks like it's active, which is a good thing. And then you've got the Twitter X, which is about 6,000 followers here. Now, here's what I'm looking at and how I think this through. If I come back in, in February when they go live with the exchanges, if I see that number of followers is still the same or very close, I'm not buying this project anymore. If I see that number grow substantially, I'm like, okay, now they're doing work. The vesting schedule. One thing is I'd like to see more of is the vesting schedule. Founder will have vested tokens over 4 years. Okay, great. But what's the skew on the vesting schedule? Is it even throughout the whole 4 years? Is it loaded up in the front end? If you do like 99%, day one, and then you can't do this, but maybe you can. I don't know. And then like the other 1% 4 years from now, it's over 4 years. It's silly. Let's see. Buyers on Pink Sale will receive all tokens at fair launch. So you could assume that people who are buying on Pink Sale are probably going to sell, and seeing if people are going to buy into it. Private sale buyers receive 20% of tokens at CEX listing, central exchange listing. So you want to make sure you have details on this vesting schedule. That is 100% sure. So again, I want to make sure that the team is legit, that the vesting schedule makes sense, that I get the concept easily. I don't really care if the utility is there or if it's just like they're gonna reshape global payments, and they're gonna save every child, and they're gonna feed every turtle, and they're gonna make sure that everyone has a family. It's not interesting to me. Especially, that's actually a red flag in my brain if they start over-promising the world and world peace and all that nonsense. All right? That's a big red flag for me. I just want to get the concept easily. I want to see a nice base and a success story or successful community at first, and I want to see that grow over time. That is very important to me. Anyway, this is my thoughts on something like Adashi. I'm going to be checking out Illuvium and Shrapnel and all these other gaming coins. Let me know what you think about Adashi on the comment section below. My name is Aaron, and I will see you guys in the next video.